Doug Thompson here. We're in the shop and I wanted to shoot a little video of my leveling sawhorses. If you don't have a fabrication table, this is what you could make and use for small and large projects. So what I did is I used some 1-inch 16 gauge tubing, 3/4 by 1 for the top. I've built it in kind of a truss arrangement. That means it's really strong and it has a place where you can hang your clamps when you're working. The actual lower portion of the sawhorse is 29 inches above the ground. It is 49 inches long. The top piece is 3/4 by 1.5 inch rectangular tube. It's right. I wanted this whole thing to be lightweight. What I did is I welded this nut to this all thread, and then I welded the nut to the lower portion of the tube, and it's just a stronger detail as opposed to just welding the all thread directly to the tubing. I'm using that nut to give me a little bit more surface area and an easier location points to weld. And I have a nut, a washer, and then kind of a quick spinning nut so I can quickly adjust this up and down, and then I can firm it up, and I've got a really stable surface now. So the first step is to level one of the sawhorses, irrespective of where it is on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and level the top first, and I'm going to tighten up the nuts. I'm then going to move over to the other sawhorse. I'm a half a bubble off. So what I'll do is I will lower that down just by adjusting the nut. I'm taking a peek over at, okay, that's really level. I'll firm this up just a little bit. Now I'm going to turn the level, put it on top here, and obviously I've got to loosen this up a little bit, bring it down. As I'm turning the nut, I'm looking at the bubble. And that is pretty good. I'll go ahead and lock it, and then I'll just do a last check on the corner here to make sure that I'm level that way. And I'm pretty good. So now we have a level plane with which we can then build a frame, a gate, a door, anything that needs to be done without a fabrication table. Additionally, what I did was I built, I guess you'd call it an outside square, but this is the construction of the square. It's 1.5 inch tubing. I checked to make sure that these were straight pieces of tubing. And then I fabricated this square, checked it, so that then you can put this square on the sawhorses, and you essentially now have the start of a level plane and a square.